Hey everyone, I'm back. I'm excited for today's message. I'm just feeling the message of release pressure. Release the pressure that you've been putting on yourself. You've been trying to have it all figured out all together, and it's really not necessary. It's not necessary to have everything be picture perfect and all planned out. You're trying so hard to plan everything, have your whole life timelined out. Like you want to have like everything figured out, and God is saying that's not possible for you. You can't do this by yourself. Like you're not in charge here. You don't run the show. I run the show. And like it's just you're struggling with that concept because you're like, oh, hello, society's telling me I have to work harder. There's so much I could be doing, and why don't I just why am I not doing that? Like I'm doing all these things. Of course I'm gonna figure it all out. Like I'm just gonna keep working and working and it's gonna come together. And no, God is saying like let go. Let go and stop trying to figure it all out yourself. Allow yourself to just be for a moment. Allow yourself to be still. Allow yourself to be comfortable with the unknown and to be comfortable with not knowing what's next. And it's definitely easier said than done, but it's all about being able to slow down and come back to feeling free again, feeling free to just be, feeling free to just have fun today. Like, just do something for yourself that's just like, okay, if you weren't so worried about the future and planning everything, then what would you be doing for fun? What do you like to do that brings you joy and brings you peace? And just do that. Focus on doing something fun with yourself today instead of feeling like, okay, I gotta plan and do a million things to make me feel like I'm doing something with my life and I'm being productive. And just realizing that taking care of yourself and doing something fun with yourself is actually only going to benefit you into connecting with yourself and your truth better, where you're able to actually have a different type of relationship with yourself instead of putting yourself with all these high expectations and like putting all this pressure on yourself. You can kind of say like, okay, that's not the most important thing about life. The most important part is being able to know like, okay, there's a balance between that. There's a balance between you doing like, yeah, you can reach your goals and you can work towards them, but remembering to have fun and bring joy back into your life and remembering why it is that you're doing this, why it is that you have certain goals. It's because you want to experience, everyone has different reasons for them, but it's God wants you to set bigger goals than the material goals that you've set for yourself, where you have certain dreams and you have certain goals, but you're not realizing, well, what is the emotional aspect to these goals that I have? Like what is it that I'm working towards? Is it a feeling that I'm working towards? Like I want to feel free? Is it a foundation you're trying to set where you're like, okay, this is a foundation I want to set so that I can experience positive memories or I can experience love or I can create a safe environment for myself. Whatever your goals are, just being able to envision the emotional aspect or how it is that you want to feel once you do obtain the goals that you have set for yourself. And that part sometimes gets forgotten because we're so focused on the analytical side of things and just like, oh yeah, I need to obtain this material thing so that like then I made it. Like no, it's that's not the only thing that you're working towards. You're actually working towards a feeling behind that and your own growth along the way, where you're not just, it's not just about that thing, it's actually a process of you unfolding and you changing as a person along that journey. And that's mainly what the universe is trying to communicate to you, is that just have fun and let go of the fear that you have that it might not be possible for you or that you're not figuring this out fast enough. Just slow down and know that the more that you are present and you try to enjoy life, the easier the things that you want will start to unfold for you, where you'll naturally meet the right person or you'll naturally enter the right room that will benefit you. And that's the biggest thing right now. Just try to have fun and try to let go and realize that life is not like a race. You don't have to race towards your goals and you don't have to rush. And you don't have to figure this all out by the end of the month. Like January just started and we're like, oh yeah, I set all these goals. Like I needed to have this huge progress on my goals. Like, yeah, you can work towards them, but it's also important to factor in having fun into that and trying to enjoy life again into that. Where just try to enjoy your life again and realize life doesn't have to be so serious, so hard, so like strict. You don't have to be so strict on yourself. Like try to just enjoy it again. And yeah, that's um it might be a challenge for you to enjoy life or try to do something fun. Like it might be out of your comfort zone. Maybe you're really comfortable with just focusing on planning or focusing on um, like steps, creating steps for things and working on those steps. Maybe it's really, really uncomfortable to just be present and to just sit with what sit with where you're at in your life right now. But that is actually the challenge that God wants for you. He wants you to come back to the present moment and realize that this can be a safe space too. And it all starts with your relationship, your internal relationship with yourself, and realizing, like, yeah, hey, how can I make this a safe space for me internally? And maybe there's aspects in your environment that are making it unsafe environment, but there are ways that you can retreat, you can go within yourself and create a safe space, create an environment where you're like, hey, I don't feel safe out there, but how can I go within and validate myself and realize, like, hey, I don't feel good out here, but I'm here and I'm living it and I can be there for myself. How can you just go be a support system to yourself and be available to yourself? And yeah, that's the main message I'm getting today, is just slow down, try to have fun, and just enjoy. Let go of the pressure, let go of the like the burdens that you've been placing on yourself, and just realizing like you don't have to carry this weight because it isn't yours to carry. And it's just time to let go of that burden, give it back to God, and realize how can you just have fun and enjoy the present moment as much as you can, coming back to the present. And it's hard. We want to do everything we can to feel like we're working towards something, but it's not, it's to our detriment if it's taking us away from actually enjoying the right now. And yeah, that's your challenge for this next week. Just try to see how you can start having fun again, or at least starting to feel more present with yourself. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe it. If subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed it. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you in my next video. All right, bye bye.